When I first told my friends I was going to live in an RV alone after retirement, their reactions were a mix of shock, concern, and maybe even a little disbelief. It wasn't the kind of decision people expected from me, or from anyone, really. I could see the questions in their eyes before they even spoke a word. Some of them thought I was incredibly brave, while others quietly wondered if I was running away from something, or maybe even a little bit broken inside. Their concern was real, and I could feel the weight of their worries. They asked me, "Won't you get lonely out there? Isn't it dangerous to travel by yourself? Aren't you worried you'll miss having people around? The comfort of familiar faces and routines?" And honestly, I get where they're coming from. Because yes, choosing to be alone in an RV means embracing quiet nights under endless stars, silent mornings where the only sound is the wind, and sometimes your own thoughts echoing louder than the birds outside. There are moments when the solitude feels heavy and the world seems impossibly big. But here's what I've discovered. Being alone on the road doesn't have to mean being lonely. In fact, it can be the opposite. There's a freedom in solitude, a chance to rediscover who you are without all the noise and expectations. What if this solitude is exactly what I needed? A space to heal old wounds, to reconnect with myself, and to remember what it feels like to be truly human, present, aware, and alive. For me, RV life alone isn't about escaping people. It's about finding myself again, one sunrise at a time. The first few weeks were the hardest. I would park somewhere beautiful, but the silence, it hit harder than I expected. No background TV, no neighbor sounds, no footsteps in the hallway, just wind, birds, and the occasional creak of the RV frame. But then something shifted. The silence stopped feeling empty and started feeling full. Most of us aren't really afraid of being alone. We're afraid of meeting ourselves in that silence. Living alone on the road means you don't have a lot of external structure. So I made my own. Morning boil water, make pour-over coffee, journal for 5 minutes. Midday walk after lunch, stretch, breathe. Evening read, cook something warm, light a small lantern. These tiny rituals became anchors. They turned isolation into intention. Even small acts, like lighting a candle, tell your brain, you are home. The road gave me a kind of space I never knew I needed. Not just in the sense of miles stretching out before me, but in the quiet corners of my own mind and heart. Out here, away from the constant hum of city life and the expectations of others, I found a rare silence. It was a silence that let me hear my own thoughts and feel emotions I'd long buried beneath the noise of everyday living. I cried more in the first month than I had in the last 10 years. The tears came unexpectedly, sometimes in the middle of the night, sometimes with the sunrise. It was as if the quiet gave my heart permission to finally speak, to release the weight I'd been carrying for so long, and no one saw it. And that was okay. For the first time, I didn't have to hide my feelings or explain them away. I forgave myself for the moments I'd tried to be strong when I really needed to be gentle with myself. I learned that healing isn't about pretending to be okay, but about allowing yourself to feel, even when it's messy. I forgave people who hurt me. I realized that holding on to old pain only kept me stuck in the past. Letting go didn't mean forgetting, but it meant freeing myself from the grip of resentment. Each day, I found small ways to release what no longer served me. I remembered things I hadn't let myself feel. Memories surfaced, some painful, some bittersweet. I let them come, and then I let them go. Healing, I learned, can't be rushed. It's a slow unfolding, a gentle process that asks for patience and kindness toward yourself. But you can make room for it. You can create a space where healing feels safe, where you can breathe and just be. The quiet of the RV, the simplicity of each day became my sanctuary. The stillness of RV life can be a kind of therapy. Slow, quiet, deep. In that stillness, I found not just peace, but a new beginning. Out here, I learned that letting go of noise is the first step to truly hearing yourself. I don't see people every day anymore, but when I do, it matters. Conversations at RV parks feel deeper. I look people in the eye. I listen harder. I value the small stuff. A shared cup of coffee, a smile at the dump station, someone waving from the next spot. And I also learn to connect with myself, with nature, with something bigger. Solitude makes connection richer. You don't have to be constantly surrounded to feel loved. I've been living alone in this RV for over a year now, and it's been a journey unlike any other. Each day brings its own set of challenges and rewards, and I've learned so much about myself in the process. The quiet mornings, the ever-changing views outside my window, and the freedom to choose my own path have all become a part of my daily rhythm. And no, I'm not lonely. In fact, I've discovered a sense of companionship within myself that I never knew existed. There's a unique comfort in being your own best company, in finding joy in the little things, like a hot cup of coffee or a favorite book on a rainy afternoon. I'm not running from the world. Instead, I'm embracing it in a new way, seeing it from a different perspective. The open road has a way of teaching you what truly matters, and I've come to appreciate the beauty and simplicity. I'm just learning how to be part of it again, slowly, peacefully, and on my own terms. There's a gentle power in choosing solitude, in allowing yourself the space to grow and heal at your own pace. If you're considering RV life alone, I won't tell you it's always easy. There are days when things break, when the weather turns, or when the silence feels a little too loud. But those moments are balanced by the deep satisfaction of overcoming obstacles and the pride that comes from self-reliance. But I will tell you, it can be beautiful beyond words. The sunsets, the quiet nights under a sky full of stars, and the sense of peace that comes from living simply are gifts I never expected to find. Have you ever lived alone? What did you discover about yourself in those moments of solitude? Sometimes, it's in the quietest times that we hear our truest thoughts. Or do you dream of finding peace on the road, of waking up to new horizons and letting go of the noise of everyday life? The road is always waiting, ready to show you something new. Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to know what draws you to the idea of solo travel or what holds you back. Your stories inspire me and others in this community. I'd love to hear your story. Whether you're already living this life or just dreaming about it, your experiences matter. Let's connect and support each other on this journey.